welcome you to episode 29 of Battin and Chattin on the Eastern Observer alongside Brandon Natale. I'm Denis Tuohy. Before we get started, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube to be kept in the loop on everything Eastern Observer and most importantly, Battin and Chattin. Our show can be found on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and wherever else podcasts can be found. The show is presented to you by Black Cats NYC. Be sure to download their newest hit single, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us, which can be found wherever music is found, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SiriusXM Satellite Radio, and many others.
That's right.
As the intro suggests, I am Denis Tuohy, joined by Brandon Natale for our last Battin and Chattin of the year 2023. An exciting year in baseball. A year that saw Japan win the WBC. A year that saw the Texas Rangers capture their first World Series. An exciting year for baseball. MVP Shohei Ohtani. Ronald Acuna Jr. doing the impossible in the first year of the new rules. And not only that, first episode post-Christmas. So I got to start. Before we talk about the baseball, before we talk about the bats and balls, the diamonds, America's pastime, let me ask, buddy, what have you been up to?
Just usual, getting over a little cold because, well, I feel like everybody's been getting sick.
Oh, me too.
Everybody left and right. I know you said you were feeling well, so I know we had to postpone last week's show. Just give ourselves a break and just, I was coming home, didn't feel like it was right, gotta give yourselves a break,
Yeah, it's been one thing I
celebrating Christmas. Yeah, celebrating Christmas with my family, Christmas Day. Had a great time with cousin Eric's. Christmas Eve was good too. So, celebrating the Lord's birthday and just spending family quality time, so I enjoyed that. Got some good gifts, which I'm thankful for. And it was definitely it was a good time. It was a good time. I can't complain. What about you?
I had a nice Christmas. I was telling you off camera. I saw my family on Christmas for the first time in like years. Haven't seen my cousins and whatnot because I've had work and COVID. My family got hit with COVID on Christmas and New Year's twice in the past 3 years. So kind of crazy the odds on that, but whatever. So I finally had time to see everybody. So yeah, it was nice. I had a really nice time. Played some board games with the younger cousins. Haven't played Clue in the longest time. Got hyper competitive. Lost. Yikes. But yeah, kind of hung out. Ate some chicken franchise.
Nice. Okay.
A little bit of lasagna. My aunt makes the wicked looking lasagna. Irish too. She's not Italian. Makes an insane lasagna. I'm blown away by it.
Okay.
So yeah. I just had a nice time, man. Hung out.
That's good to hear. Man, there's been a lot going on in the baseball world. I mean, the Dodgers, man, they keep getting everybody. What's going on with them? This as Yoshinobu
Yamamoto.
He is a Dodger. What are the
12 years? Was it 12 years, 325 million?
I think it was 3. Yeah,
right
around that. Let's look it up. Yeah, crazy.
Listen, I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't like him going to the Dodgers. One, want him to go to my Yankees. Two, I didn't think about this until I have to attribute it to him. Until Rob Parker of Fox Sports Radio brought it up. It was an excellent point. He doesn't like Yamamoto going to the Dodgers because he thinks Yamamoto is good enough that he should want to compete against Ohtani.
Right. That's true. Wow, that's a good point.
The best player, the best Japanese baseball player alive. Who's the guy? And carve your own legacy, be your own man. Face him in the World Series. Kind of have that Trout Ohtani moment from the WBC. Have that against Ohtani. Kind of chase your own destiny, kind of a thing, instead of being an afterthought with the Dodgers behind Freeman, Kershaw, and Yamamoto. Because say what we want about Kershaw's stats or whatever in the postseason, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Nobody's going to dispute that.
No,
he's an easy first ballot Hall of Famer. He's probably going to get 90-something% of the votes. He's likely the best pitcher of the 21st century if you look at stats. And Mookie Betts, we know what Mookie Betts can do. He's transcending the game, from moving from outfield to second base and dominating at second base. Yeah, he's arguably the best corner outfielder in baseball and the best second baseman in baseball. Wicked. Then you have Freddie Freeman, who's undisputed the best first baseman in baseball. And you have Ohtani. And you have other dudes too, man. You have other cats on that roster that aren't to that caliber, but still good. Will Smith, one of the best young catchers in the league. Max Muncy still getting it done in the league. I mean, Tony Gonsolin. I don't know if he's missing the entirety of this season or just a good chunk of it, but he's been all right in the past. Walker Bueller is going to be back.
Bobby Miller.
I mean, Bobby Miller. Like,
and now they got Tyler Glass
yeah,
now, right?
And I was about to say, and not only that, they now have Tyler Glass now, who, when he's healthy, is a top 10 starter in the league. So it really is crowded. Like, I wanted to see Yamamoto kind of either go to a team like the Yankees or the Mets and be that guy to put them over the top, rather than just, being the garnish for the cocktail, so to speak. But actually being the guy to put them over, like with the Yankees or the Mets, or even like I know this might sound sacrilegious as a Yankees fan, but even being the cornerstone to build around for the Red Sox with Yoshida and Tristan Casas and Rafael Devers, like being a new look for them, or going to the Giants, 25 years old. Let's see if they can build around, him and Logan Webb and Young Hoo Lee, or like the Mariners. Like, there's a lot of other teams, and for him to go to the Dodgers, which wasn't exactly unexpected, but very disappointing, just from a baseball perspective of just like, man, this sucks. All the star players are going there, and I know it's Yankee boy over here. Your team did it in the 90s. It's like, sort of. It's a little overstated, but it's still like, it's not great for the game for him to just go to a team that's just loaded with talent already. And once again, like, be the guy to put a team over the top. But yeah, hey man, we'll see how it goes. One thing's for certain though, and I want to hear your opinion on this afterwards. But one thing's for certain: the Dodgers getting to a World Series isn't enough. You got to win 5 of the next 10. I really think it's, and people are saying the winning a World Series is hard. I get it. It is. Dude, the amount of money they're saving with Ohtani. Kershaw hasn't re-signed yet. He's probably going to take yet another team-friendly deal. You already have Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman locked up. Who knows when they're going to extend Will Smith, but they probably will. You have Gavin Lux making, peanuts. Jake Outman was pretty good. He's making peanuts because this is his, second, third year in the league.
Right.
So you have plenty of guys like that. Bobby Miller's not making much. Just come on, man. They really gotta.
They gotta do something.
They gotta win.
They gotta win. 100%.
Any result that isn't them hoisting the commissioner's trophy is a complete abject failure. So, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, perfectly well said. I mean, they got a great team all around. Literally, team put together that you could be probably putting on MLB, like the show, or on Madden. You know what I mean? Like, if they had to. If they don't win a championship, at least within these next 20 years, with the amount of money that they're saving with Ohtani, maybe 10 years, because obviously the contract, he's only here for like 10 years, And man,
dude, they got to win.
They got to win something. They got to win something. Like the expectation is high. It's way up there.
I don't think an expectation has ever been higher for a baseball team.
Oh, 100%. I just remember when the Dodgers, they, had no money back in the early 2010s to now where they are. I think that's insane. So Dodger fans got to be thankful from where they came from and now where they are, I mean, they just need to overcome that hump, Just, good for them. But getting everybody. I don't know what's so hot about the Los Angeles market, just the Dodgers. I don't know what they made themselves just a hot team. It's like, hey, come over here. Come to Los Angeles. Don't go to New York. Come to come to us. And not to the Angels, the Dodgers. The Dodgers are the ones Dodgers are the team that everyone's kind of saying, "Hey, let's go there." Um,
Yeah.
they got every. I feel like everybody kind of should have known he was going to be a Dodger. Once when Otani kind of stepped in, because they had the money, they had the flexibility, thanks to Shohei. So they just, and he even said he's like, even if Shohei came here, like I still like, regardless of him not coming here, I was going to be a Dodger. First off, I want to also shake hands, because the fact that the Yankees and the Mets
Oh
missed out,
yeah.
so we all could, share that, that tough moment. All Yankee fans were so convinced that he was going to come.
Me,
He's going to be a Yankee, 100%.
myself included.
He's like, he's going to be a Yankee. And like I said, I didn't like how people kind of discontinue. I feel like the Yankee fans, like you said, there's some Yankee fans that are Yankee fans, but then there's Yankee fans that are also baseball fans. You,
Mhm.
for instance, I'll put you in that category.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're fair. I really didn't think the Mets had a shot. I mean, I don't think it's a big miss that they didn't get him, but I mean, because next year is supposed to be the off season that's when they're going to spend. But like I said, I mean, so the Yankees miss out. The Yankees shouldn't really feel too bad because they already landed a big fish this off season in Juan Soto.
No, we didn't.
What?
If we didn't extend him, it doesn't matter. That's how I looked at it.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
either we
Yeah.
win unless of course we win the World Series in 24. It doesn't matter.
I get that. Right. But it's still a good signing. Good pickup, I
I
see what you mean.
suppose.
I agree. Yeah. But either way, it was still a good pickup. The Mets, either
Yeah.
way, they already have a stud Japanese pitcher. Would have been great to have another one, but they already signed one last year in Kodai Senga, who's amazing. So it's not like it was a big miss that they didn't land Yoshi. So I feel like either way, the Mets and the Yankees, they miss out, but they're fine either way. Um, so and just it's gonna be interesting to see how that rotation. I wonder where Kershaw is gonna fit in all this.
Well, I mean, like he's still the captain of the team.
Right.
It's still his team. He's just not on it.
That's
It's kind of
yeah.
weird. But yeah, because he's going to be joining the season late. So I don't know when they're going to pick him up or whatnot. But come on, he's coming back. I'm just excited, man. And listen, there's other Asian free agents out there. Shuta Imanaga still hasn't signed anywhere. Yuki Matsui did go to the Padres to be their left-handed closer, replacing Josh Hader. That's another name, by the way, that the Dodgers are linked to. It's Josh Hader, closer. Which I don't know how crazy I am about him, but
How come?
I don't like closers. Listen, there's relievers and there's closers. I don't think he's like an elite level closer. You know what I mean? Like I think a closer is like maybe it's because I'm biased. I'm a Yankee fan. We've like never had a bad bullpen, like dating back to the 70s. So maybe I'm biased. But I do feel like a closer is all right, ninth inning of the game and we're up by one or the game's tied or whatever. You're going until there's a winner. You're going until there's a winner or until it's the 13th inning. Those are your options. And Josh Hader has just been the opposite of that. He'll give you one inning. After three batters, teams are already kind of looking like, when do we yank him?
Yeah.
So it's, to me, as a Yankee fan, I wouldn't spend the money on him. But if you're the Dodgers and your team is loaded with talent already, you could kind of afford to be a little, I guess, kind of liberal in how you use your bullpen. Right? Like, all right,
Yeah.
so if we pitch him 2 innings today in a must win game, what are the odds the other games this week are going to be this close, this late? You know?
Mm.
So it makes sense for them. They're linked to him. They're really the only team that's been linked to him that I've seen. The Red Sox and Cubs are linked to everybody, but they're not going to get anybody, as everything's just been proving so far. They've, kind of want to get into that, but
Right.
That's it. That's all I've seen really with Josh Hader. I haven't seen anybody linked to Brandon Woodruff, who's out this season with Tommy John, but we'll be back for 25. Supposedly wants a 2-year deal.
Mm.
And there's other guys that are still available. Blake Snell, the reigning Cy Young Award winner. I've heard nothing about him. There's nothing on the Cody Bellinger front. Kind of wouldn't mind him for the Yankees. And then we just move Verdugo to the bench, or maybe we flip Verdugo. But I don't know. I'm not really hearing anything. It seemed like everybody's locked in on Yamamoto, and that's that.
Mm.
I don't know if pitchers are waiting to see if he reset the market or not. I do think 12 years, $325 million for a guy who never pitched in the bigs is a little much.
I mean, there's something about him. He just seems to stick out. I mean,
oh, he's excellent, man. He won the Japanese equivalent to the Cy Young Award 2 out of the last 3 or 4 years, something like that. 25 years old. The track record of Japanese pitchers, or really just Asian pitchers in general, is extremely, prestigious, dating back to Hideo Nomo in the 90s. It's, I mean, almost all of them have hit. Seriously, almost all of them have hit. I can't think of, aside from Che Ogawa, who's with the Yankees, I don't think any of them have been a clear bust. Daisuke Matsuzaka underperformed, but they were also selling basically the best pitcher ever. So for him to, be serviceable but not god tier, I think is a little fair. I don't. He wasn't a bad player, just disappointing, but still not a bad player.
Mm.
We'll see. We'll see the way his career shakes out, Yamamoto. But I don't know. Oh man, the Yankees didn't get him, bro.
Hey, look,
I'm just mad.
You hit a miss, and that's it. You got to move on, Dennis.
We have 3 pitchers.
I mean, there's still that lefty Japanese pitcher, right? What's the story with him?
Shota Imanaga, not taking any calls until after New Year's.
So I feel like his market's going to be pretty high.
I would guess so. This is the year of the Asian pitchers.
Yeah.
Otani, Yamamoto, Matsui. So, yeah, I kind of feel like it's almost like the NBA now. As an NBA fan, with with all the Europeans coming into the game.
It's insane. I mean, I know. Only time we'll figure out. I mean, good for Shohei, good for Yoshi. I feel like market's going to be pretty big in Los Angeles. I don't know if I already asked it, but what about the Los Angeles market? The Dodgers are just so appealing.
They almost always sell out. They're always in the playoffs. They almost always win their division. It's LA. Yeah, taxes suck, but endorsements and whatnot you get there, I'm sure, is better than Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's that part of it I could totally understand. Hey, 25 years old, handed $300 million. Come on. I'm sure Yoshi Yamamoto wants to go clubbing too. Have a nice time. Maybe date some Sports Illustrated model. God bless, man.
Hang out with LeBron James.
Yeah, hang out with LeBron James. He has one, big game. Drake wearing his jersey to a Golden State Warriors game because he thinks he's on the team. It's just, it's just, it's just, why not? Why not? It's the place to be. But listen, in terms of locations for teams, it's always a cycle. Now, I want to be clear about something because people, I think, may think that I'm downplaying it a little bit because once again, Yankee boy, his team used to buy championships. I want to be clear. In the 90s, the Cleveland Indians were getting everybody. You look at those teams, they were freaking loaded. The Braves were getting everybody. The Yankees were getting everybody.
Yankees were getting everybody.
Yeah. But other teams are, it's always a cycle. When the teams are trying to go all in, they try to go all in, bro. Come on. Let's be a little realistic here. When the Cubs were doing well in the 2016 era, after they won their first World Series since, I don't know, Calvin Coolidge was in office. Might be off on that. But Like they didn't have a hard time finding dudes. Darvish was there, right? They had guys. So this is just it. LA's up.
Now it's LA's turn. No longer the Mets or the Yankees. It's now all the Dodgers or the Angels. I feel like the Angels would be a good team to go there too. I don't know why I feel like the Angels aren't. I mean, I get it. They haven't
I'll tell
really
you what the
won.
difference is.
There's a big difference. I get it. There's definitely a big difference.
The difference is Steve Cohen is the richest owner in baseball. I don't think he's the richest owning entity in baseball. Like the Dodgers have multiple owners. Like Magic Johnson's one of their owners. You know who else is one of their owners? Billie Jean King, tennis superstar. Huh. What are the odds? Right? Like I'm sure they have very deep pockets because they're owned by multiple billionaires that they can just snap their fingers and say, "I want that one. Get me that one." Like a spoiled kid in the supermarket. Hey man, it is what it is. I love it. Capitalism, America at its best. Spend the money. Spend, 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 spend. Can't take it with you. That's why I hate you. I mean, like, all right, I'm getting way off track here, but that's why I hate teams like the Rays and the Marlins.
It's a Battin Chattin. I mean, it's also baseball, but it's a podcast. You can, I mean, keep it limited, keep it dark, keep it not to make it more PG, but go off. I mean,
like, it's like I have no problem in terms of the macro of what the Dodgers are doing. Like people are saying on MLB Network and on ESPN, is it good for baseball? Yeah, it's good for baseball. You know what I hated last year? When the Yankees and Mets missed the playoffs and all those stupid, tacky, horribly edited social media posts that said, look at all the teams with the top payrolls all missed the playoffs. Look, the Padres missed, the Yankees missed, and the Mets missed. Listen. And look at some of the teams that sucked and had no money. The Guardians. The A's. Brandon, if you can name me 5 players on the A's right now, I would genuinely be shocked. And that's an open invitation to anybody, not just you. The Marlins won 2 World Series rings and then immediately tore it down in 97 and the 98 off in the 97-98 off season, and then in 03 and the 03-04 off season. Like there are teams that objectively have no idea what the hell they're doing, and at least the Dodgers do. What are your assets? I have more money than God. What will you do with that asset? Use more money than God. I'm okay with it. I think all teams should be trying to go all in all the time. I get it. That's unrealistic. You got to tank. You got to know when to fold them, right? But same time, too, it's like capitalize when you can capitalize. Get in while the going is good, right? Yeah, I'm all right with it. So am I disappointed he went to the Dodgers? Yes. Am I angry at the Dodgers? No. Do what you got to do. Maybe teams like the Mariners will get the hint. Like your team is up and coming now. Now is the time to cash in. This is why your team didn't make the playoffs for 21 years, because you didn't cash in when you had, I don't know, Ichiro. So, what are your thoughts about the Dodgers as a whole, the macro of the Dodgers building this super team?
It's definitely really interesting. My voice, shoot. Sound like I just have
some water, some tea, something like that.
I probably should get some water in a bit. It's like congestion. It's like I said, everybody's been getting sick. Before I go on this Dodgers rant, like, I don't understand. Like, I've never had a year where everybody's been sick like this. I know this is the holiday season. Everybody gets sick. But this is just crazy. So that's one rant. Now let me get to this Dodgers rant. I mean, they just need to start winning. I don't know what it's like. they could build up all the players and bring them in all together, but it doesn't count until you start winning. And my dad always tells me, you don't win in the off season. You win during the season. So I mean, I don't know what they can have all the pieces they want and all that. It don't matter till they win the big thing, or at least make it there. Because I know the Dodgers, they've made it to the World Series in 17 and 18, so they've been there. It's not like I
The
feel like
one in
everybody
20,
thinks that the
yeah.
Dodgers. I feel like everybody thinks the Dodgers, and obviously they won in 2020. I don't know if people want to count that because it was only 60 games. They still won it. So like I feel like people think that they haven't been in it. They've been to the World Series, won it sort of. I
And
feel like the past,
and you can argue they were cheated out of too. 17, 18, the
right.
Astros and Red Sox were
And the Red
both
Sox, yeah, and the
caught
Red
with
Sox too.
cheating scandals. Everybody swept that one under the rug, mind you. Everybody swept those stinking Red Sox. Those Beantown Bandits got swept under the rug. Villains, I say. Villains.
Mm.
What you were saying.
Mm. Yeah, no, that's you definitely could make the argument. So I mean, I don't know. They just go out there and prove it. Just show it. Just do it. Just do something. Because Dave Roberts, I feel like his job is on the line. Technically, this is kind of like a 1-year thing for him.
Oh, definitely. If you don't win a World Series with this team, goodbye. At that point, as much as I like Dave Roberts, you got to go. Okay, so I'm watching the Devil game right now, and our goalie is going bananas. He just put a spin move on a guy from the Blue Jackets.
You're also seeing the Islanders right now. They're getting destroyed.
Oh, really? Who you guys playing? Penguins, right?
Playing the Penguins, yeah.
What's the score? 9-3.
6-1, 6-0. Terrible.
Jumping Jehoses. That's not good. All right. Do you want to move on to post Dodger talk? Oh, actually, I want to ask you one question. I had it written down. Who are you taking for? Oh, equalizer goal 2-2. Let's go. Who do you take for the 2024 World Series? The Dodgers or the field? For those of you who don't know what that means, the Dodgers or everyone else. 1v29. Who does Brandon say, I back this guy? Who is it?
Say it again.
The Dodgers or the field? Who are you taking for the 2024 World Series?
Dodgers are taking the field. Who am I taking for the 20?
Yeah, who do you think? Dodgers or 29 other teams? Who do you think gets it? 1v29.
I can't make that prediction now.
I'm taking the field. Tigers, sneaky good? No, I'm kidding.
Mets? No, I'm kidding. I wish. I wish.
Yankees, now that we actually have a lineup?
What, Juan Soto? That's going to fix all your problems?
No, I'm actually kind of excited for the AL Central. Words I never thought I'd utter if you've been following this program for 24 episodes. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because the Dodgers have a super team, and they can still make more moves. You know, they can still flush out the lineup a little bit, add to the bullpen, get Josh Hader. It's like they have options, bro. They got options. At the same time, too, the Braves are still really good. The Phillies are still really good. The Diamondbacks went to the World Series and had the Dodgers calling them Poppy on the way there. That was a beatdown. It's, like it's not going to be easy. It's never easy to win a World Series, but it's certainly the easiest you can get. You're right. It's an MLB The Show team. So I'm it's a tough question. You're right. It's tough. But I'm taking the 29 other teams. And
I'm going to take the 20. Yeah. I'm going to take the 29 other teams. So the Dodgers do something. I don't know. Like I said. Because, like I said, it don't matter how you spend. It's a matter how the quality of your team. You look at the Diamondbacks, they barely were spent on, Mm-hmm. So seeing where they, they should definitely be able to, I'm going to have to go with 29 other teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. Now, I could see them going to the NLCS.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, after getting humiliated by the Diamondbacks and the ALDS, if they don't get to the ALCS with this roster, forget it, man.
Forget about it.
Forget it.
So, yeah, we'll see. Only time will tell. But I feel like that's enough Dodgers talk. We covered them pretty heavily. See, I know people talking about the Mets getting Lucas Giolito, so they have strong interest in that.
I like it for you guys. I don't like your pitching staff one bit. It's Kodai Senga and a bunch of jobbers. Edwin Diaz. I shouldn't say that.
Well, he's the closer. I mean, I know if you want to talk about starting rotation, the bullpen. I feel like the Mets have definitely added a lot to the bullpen in a way.
Yeah, but not. Guys, you know what it is? I just don't have faith in the Mets, their history of having a bullpen. Like for the Yankees, I always think of things in relation to the Yankees. It's the team I follow the most. The Yankees, I know if we trade for some reliever from, wherever, like we just got a cat from the Guardians for Estevan Florial, I know that guy's probably going to be a bucket getter. The Yankees have just always had, like, people could fault Brian Cashman on anything they want. One thing I can't is that guy, he can go to a sand lot in the middle of nowhere and find someone that could just be an excellent reliever for the Yankees. So I have faith in that. The Mets, I don't. The starting rotation, like Cookie Carrasco, how much does he really have? Right? Isn't he still on the roster, as is
Cookie Carrasco?
Yeah. Isn't he still on your roster? As is that other guy?
No, actually, no. Cookie Carrasco, no.
I was thinking of Quintana.
Quintana is, but no. Cookie Carrasco, if I'm correct, he is a free agent. Yes.
Quintana? How much does Jose Quintana have? You know what I mean?
In terms of, I mean,
he's been shaky the last 3-4 seasons.
He was hurt.
It's seesawed.
He was hurt, but then when he came back, he was decent. He was a quality starter for the Mets.
Yeah, and then you guys have what? Kodai Senga and who else? Drew Smith? Or was it Drew Peterson? Whatever his name is. What do you guys hire someone?
David Peterson. No,
that's the dude. He had some moments. He's all right.
He is going to be out for a little bit because he just had surgery, so he's going to be out for at least half the year. I mean, maybe come back in May or June.
Shoot.
Yeah, no, that was a big hit. A little bit, not big, but it was a hit to the rotation. You know,
I'm surprised I haven't seen you guys getting Blake Snell.
You know what it is? Because they said the Mets don't want to. This is not the offseason that they want to go to big spending on. Even though there's been rumors that they said the Mets are linked to players like Blake Snell. Was that?
I don't like that. I'm looking at the Braves. The Braves, they're not going to fall off for 15 years. Every single guy on the roster is an MVP candidate who's 22 years old.
I don't like it either. I don't like
his first beer 2 weeks ago.
You know, I don't like it either, but I mean, hey, look, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I don't like it either, but look, hey, I mean, if they said they're going to spend next offseason, I hope so. They say that, but then, like I said, players got to want to come here, you know? It's, I don't know. I would love Blake Snell. I mean, like I said, I get it that they really are set on making the next season not be the season. Like that to me, I think is crazy. I mean, look, they can do what they want to do. I'll be patient. I'm trying to be as patient as I can, but it's going to come to a point where I'm going to run out of patience and I'm going to want to see them win. But like I said, if they want to take their time, they could take their time. You know, if it's for the benefit of the future, you know, I mean, because they're paying off. They have a lot on the payroll, you know, especially Steve. They just got hit with some luxury tax thing I saw. You know, so this has to be the year they're gonna have to bite the bullet. You know, So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, just gotta sign some players. I would like Justin Turner. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, I saw. Didn't he meet with you guys or something like that?
There's interest because Ronnie Mauricio unfortunately tore his ACL. Right. It was a big blow for the Mets.
We just tied it again. Let's go, baby.
That was a big blow.
Yeah, I like that dude, man. He's a bucket in MLB The Show.
Mauricio.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, hopefully he can recover. I mean, ACL, that was a tough blow. I'm not gonna lie.
Especially a young athletic player like that. You never know.
This is the second off season where a Met has gotten hurt off the field. I know we've discussed this plenty. I don't know if we ever discussed it on here. Um, but you know, I would like Justin Turner reunion. He had a good year last year for the Red Sox. He had a decent year. Let me read off the stats if I could find them quick.
No, Justin Turner was sick.
He was great last year, and especially on the Red Sox. He destroyed the Yankees.
Oh, yeah, that I saw coming from a mile away.
He had a 276, 23 home runs and 96 RBIs. It's pretty good.
2.1 wins above replacement, OPS plus 114. Yeah.
So
that's not bad for a dude who's 38 years old. That's not bad. That age is a little concerning, but he's showing he's getting it done.
So I would sign him if I'm the Mets in a heartbeat. I mean, it'd be good. Just 1 year or a couple years maybe. We'll see. I don't know how they feel about Brett Beatty.
I like
Or
Brett
the
Beatty.
other. What's up?
I like Brett Beatty, but also Justin Turner coming in to kind of mentor Brett Beatty and the younger cats. You kind of hear his reputation around the league is immaculate. Started his career off as a New York Metropolitan.
He did start his career as a Mets. Yeah.
Why not?
We'll see. I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it's going to, come around. I would love Blake Snell, especially since they need a lefty. Like, you need a lefty player. So go ahead and do it. It'd be a great signing. I know Met fans, including me, people we would love it. So what's the holdup? What's everybody waiting on? Come on. No. But then again, who am I to judge? I say there's a lot of other free agent players. I don't know if I ever sent them to you.
Sure. A lot of them are like relievers or like half decent pitchers.
There's Josh Hader.
Yeah. I don't know where he's going to go, man. So the Yankees just traded for Cody Morse. That's who they gave up Esteban Florial for. Just saw the stats on this dude. Certainly no Dave Righetti. I'll say that. 6.75 ERA as a reliever last year. Only 8 innings pitched. Small sample size. We'll see. Yeah, man. I don't like. I just don't know what the holdup has been this MLB offseason. I feel like it's like this every year.
It is like this every year. Every year. The MLB offseason is so slow.
It's so slow because they don't have a deadline like the NBA and NFL. The year before the strike happened, the lockout happened, and they had like kind of like that soft deadline. That was awesome. Everything was getting done. Like Gary Sanchez letting in catcher war last season, he's still a free agent. Mitch Garver just signed a 2-year deal with the Seattle Mariners. They finally realized that offense is a part of the game. Good for them. But there's still a bunch of catchers that are free agents. Tucker Barnhart, Mike Zunino, Yasmani Grandal, who was awful last year. Martin Maldonado signed a 1-year deal with the White Sox. I don't know why the White Sox were thinking of that. There's a ton of every first baseman basically is still available. Rhys Hoskins, Carlos Santana, Brandon Belt, Donovan Solano, Cooper, my boy Ji-Man Choi, CJ Crone, Mike Ford, Trey Mancini. I'm surprised Trey Mancini hasn't been scooped up yet. For second baseman, Elvis Andrus, 4.6 WAR at 35 years old. Have yourself a season. Whit Merrifield is still free agent. Tony Kemp, Colton Wong, Adam Frazier, Jonathan Scope. I thought Colton Wong went back to the Mariners, but I guess not. Luis Guillorme, your boy, Rugnet Odor, who's only 30 years old. Crazy. Josh Harrison. And then for shortstops, Ahmed Rosario. Maybe a Mets reunion. He was good for the Guardians last year, man. Oh, did we just win? No. Looks like overtime's about to start. Brandon Crawford. IKF signed a 2-year deal with the Blue Jays earlier this afternoon. Tim Anderson is still a free agent. I'm shocked about that. I thought he'd be one of the quicker guys to go, but I guess not. And then Nick Ahmed, he was decent for the Diamondbacks for a good chunk of last season. And then they waived him and it was not popular at all. Kike Hernandez. Third baseman, as you said, Justin Turner was second in third base WAR behind Matt Chapman. Turner has 33.6 WAR. Matt Chapman, 31 years old, 7.6. I haven't seen a single thing about Matt Chapman yet. Not a single report, not a single meeting, conversation, nothing. So I'm a little curious. A lot of the third basemen are old. Mike Moustakas, Charlie Culberson. Yeah, a lot of these cats are old, man. Then outfield, Michael Brantley, I think, is still a free agent, if I'm not mistaken. Joey Gallo, Travis Jankowski, who's just a pinch runner, basically.
There's Marcus Stroman, who's a free agent.
Yeah, I was working my way down there. Andrew McCutcheon signed signed a deal with the Pirates. He's returning. JD Martinez is still a free agent. Jorge Soler is still a free agent. Your favorite player, Daniel Vogelbach.
Yeah, no.
Did you get the jersey I sent you? Did you get the Vogelbach jersey?
No, I did not get the jersey you sent me. No, I didn't get that yet. I know it's Christmas, but come on now.
So let me ask you this: if you could add 2 remaining free agents to the New York Mets within reason, who would you do? Who would you add to your New York Mets?
That's a very good question. I would say either JD Martinez because we need a DH.
Of course.
Why not? Fill that in the DH. I wouldn't mind Clayton Kershaw because we need a lefty.
Wow.
So bring in a legendary pitcher. The Mets love going for old pitching, right?
Yeah.
Why not do it in Clayton Kershaw? I mean, on a 1-year deal, a nice friendly deal where they're not going to be held for a lot of the dead money in the next 2 years or a year to come.
Well, he's missing until I think May.
I'll take it. Screw it.
Wow. It's a lost year already. Why not come in? Yeah, okay. Sell some jerseys. All right. Fannies in the seats.
I definitely wouldn't bring back Marcus Stroman. I'm good. But you know how many Clayton Kershaw jerseys would sell?
More than one.
And people got to stop thinking for the business.
Oh, we won.
Nice.
Who got that? They're hyping up this goalie all game on the broadcast, too. Devils only shot 97.8% on him. That's all I kept saying. 98.7? Well, I don't know. Game winner. All right. So you're saying Kershaw and JD Martinez, one hitter, one pitcher.
Or Jorge Soler. He could be the DH too. Because they definitely need a DH.
Kind of streaky for the Marlins. I'm surprised they let him go, though. JD Martinez to the Marlins, that makes too much sense. Not going to happen. For me, for Denny Yankee fan, I would say I would take. I'm looking. A reunion with Mr. Jordan Montgomery. And I would take as my hitter. Our lineup is kind of decent at the moment. What are we missing? I guess we're really just missing like a fringe guy. Honestly, IKF is the kind of guy I wanted to bring back, but I'll take Adam Frazier. No, scratch that. I'll take Jonathan Scope. Scope. Yeah, as like a utility guy. I think the rest of our lineup is pretty set. No catcher is better than what we have right now. First base, like, okay, sure, I'll take Rhys Hoskins, but I don't know. Anthony Rizzo isn't bad. The guy couldn't see. It's not his fault he got concussed. Shortstops, Anthony Volpe is good. Ahmed Rosario is like a bench piece, or Brandon Crawford, 37 years old, is a bench piece. Sure. I know he's homies with Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole was married to his wife. Well, hold on.
Whoa,
Garrett Cole is
whoa,
married
whoa.
to his sister. Off topic, I think in the 70s, two Yankees players traded wives. I don't know if you ever heard about that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's a
Who?
video. SB
Dude,
Nation
what?
made a video about it. SB Nation made a video about it. It's pretty hilarious. Different time, buddy. Different time. Yeah, I don't know. I love Michael Brantley. I love Michael Brantley so much. But we already have two left-handed outfielders, excluding Jason Dominguez, not a singer. So I don't really see a place where I actually wouldn't mind Michael Brantley to you guys. Lefty, the professional. That's what they call him, the professional, because he's just that good at hitting. One of the most disciplined hitters in the game. I think that's perfect for you guys. Kind of like the real leader of the Astros. Everybody looks at as Altuve, but if you hear the players talk, it's very clearly Brantley.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind that for you guys. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. What about the Yankees? Who would you mind? I know you said you were just rattling them off. You said someone.
Yeah, I
You
would
wouldn't have them.
say Jonathan Scope and Jordan Montgomery.
Right. You said that. Yep, you did say that.
I'll stick with that because there's other guys, but like the Yankees, we really just need pitchers. Like Michael Lorenzen, I wouldn't mind because he's a guy that he's had a lot of success from the outfield, and I mean from the outfield. Brandon? What am I saying? I meant to say Tyler Naquin's a free agent. I like that guy. He's had success from the bullpen. I mean, threw a no hitter for the Fighting Phils. Brandon Woodruff, I would like, but he's not going to be playing this year, so I'll exclude him. Mike Clevenger, we're linked to, but I don't like Mike Clevenger. I don't know. Sean Wanaya, he's not bad. Johnny Cueto at 38 years old. Yikes. Noah Syndergaard should just be a bullpen guy. I'm telling you, he has washed up starter turned excellent reliever written all over him.
You know, I was talking about that.
Down,
you know.
He needs to sit down with Dennis Eckersley, and Dennis Eckersley needs to say, "Look, kid, I almost won a Cy Young as a starter. I pitched a no-hitter as a starter. Guess what? Not a Hall of Famer as a starter. Hall of Famer is the best closer of the 1980s. Telling you, Noah, there's a second career for you. That's what needs to happen. His agent needs to sit down and say, like, bro, no disrespect, but you can't start games anymore. You're cooked." I like Thor. I remember, when he came up with you guys, he was the next big thing.
Yeah, I was talking about this actually with Tyler the other day, and he said he would have wanted him on the team
on the Yankees. My dad wants Noah Syndergaard too. My dad loves Noah Syndergaard. It's like one of his favorite players.
I'm not a fan of. I don't know. Like I said, you guys could have. I said to him, you guys could have him. I don't know if he would come to the Yankees because I don't know if he would want to deal with the New York media again. I feel like he has a thing against the media here. And I mean, I don't know if he's not the same pitcher as he was. I mean, unless you want him to be in the bullpen or maybe a backup.
That's what I'm saying. As a bullpen piece, he'd be awesome. I wouldn't want him on the Yankees because I don't want to see him cut the hair. He's like Samson. His power comes from the hair. Well, I'm ready to move on, if you are. Talk about the other topic we had.
Okay. I know we got limited time. We got for the next 10 minutes.
Best moments of 2023 baseball?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'm going to start off. And the reason I worded it the way I worded it for a reason. Because I'm biased. I'm a little selfish. I think my favorite moment of 2023 baseball. Just a little preface. Next week when we talk to you guys, it's going to be 2024. 2023 will be just a memory. I remember when. I reminisce in the future. But for now, we're still in 2023. So let's talk about it. The best baseball moments of 2023. And I have a moment I was 8 rows away from. 8 rows and a couple hundred feet. The 2023 World Baseball Classic. Gold medal game. I was on the field before the game, Brandon. I had a nice time talking to people, meeting people from around the world. A meeting of the minds of baseball fandom. It was awesome. You should have been there. Nevertheless, had a blast. Saw the matchup. Whatever great matchups you want to talk about. This was it for baseball. Shohei Ohtani versus Mike Trout. Teammates turned
Yes.
enemies. The civil war of the Angels. Held at Lone Depot Park in Miami. My favorite baseball field I've ever been to. The sushi there, sneaky good. I recommend it.
Yeah, you loved it down there. You loved it down there.
Oh, I had a blast. It wasn't too crazy about my Heat game experience, but whatever. Different story, different day. What I'm getting at is, I think when I look back on 2023 baseball, the moment I'm going to think of is Trout versus Ohtani. Kind of like what is it, Ali Frazier, right? That's one of the big boxing ones, or Foreman. Not a boxing guy. The Rock versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18 of baseball. That's what it was. So, I don't know. What would yours be? What was the moment of 2023 baseball for you?
There was a lot of moments, whether it was Mets or Yankees. I remember I saw the Mets.
There weren't too many positive moments with the Mets and the Yankees.
It wasn't.
Because we want to talk about Domingo Germán's perfect game.
That was a good moment. I've been watching that. I had fun with that. That was a really good moment. The fact of the story of how he did it, thought it was pretty good. Because it hasn't been a perfect game in over a decade, so to see it, and from Domingo Germán, I thought it was pretty good. I remember seeing the Mets come back against the Angels. I think it was cool seeing, no hate against the Yankees, but it was cool watching them lose. Seeing the Cubs come back and beat them the one time, the day before the All-Star break, or when, just like I said, Justin Turner and the Red Sox, it was like late August game. They came back and they beat them.
I wouldn't root for your downfall.
Some cool Yankees moment. I'm sorry, not you. It's not you that does it. It's some Yankee fans that piss me off. Some. Yeah. Nothing against you. I don't have the hate towards you. Not hate. I don't have any hate.
I appreciate that.
What's up?
I appreciate that.
Thank you. See? I would say watching Volpe hit his first home run.
Huh.
I was there for that.
So not like the playoffs, World Series, nothing. It's just like
no. I'll get to that actually. I'd say seeing the Rangers win it, definitely. I think that was probably my favorite moment.
Okay.
That was definitely one of my favorite moments. I would say that was really cool. Especially I had my dog on my lap, so she was watching me.
Aww.
A little puppy. Let's see. I thought that was really cool because, like, seeing Texas come back the way they did.
Yeah, watching the Adolis walk-off homer in the ALCS in my hotel room in Cleveland was awesome. Watching with my brother and dad.
Definitely, the game one of that World Series was epic.
Yeah.
I remember watching that.
And then it kind of cooled off. The Rangers like steamrolled them, kind of. Right? Didn't it only go to 5 games? The World Series. I don't think it went 7, was it? I honestly, that goes to show kind of. I thought it was pretty forgettable World Series. But
Mm.
I think another not grandiose moment for the season, but just a fun baseball experience for me was going to the Met game with you in my Dodger gear, getting booed by an entire section. That was awesome. What a birthday present to me. Thank you, New York Mets fans. You gave me a birthday I can never forget. Went fishing earlier that day. Didn't keep anything. Caught some things. Gave my brother, my friends, a couple of adult beverages in me. I'm old enough.
Mm. Yeah, that was a
Nice
fun night.
time.
I had fun that night.
Nice,
That night I
very
had
nice
fun.
time.
That was a fun night. I saw a lot that night. I saw Brett Beatty's bad drop.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was. I was talking to my dad about this yesterday. I was like, dude, the funniest. I was telling him about like watching the game with you, a buddy of mine, Kieran, my brother, and our other friend Joe. And I said like the funniest part was the Mets blew it.
Mm.
And then there's yet again in person. I've only ever gotten one challenge in a sporting event wrong. I'm always right. When I'm in person, I'm always right. They call him Denny Umpire. Fun fact. Years ago, I went to an Islander Devil game. I was up in the nosebleeds. I was like, Cal Clutterbuck flopped. They reviewed it. They called it a flop. I was completely right. Yep.
That was a fun moment. I appreciate, going to that for your birthday. I enjoyed that a lot. I wish Nicholas could have came with us. Maybe we'll try
Yeah, that
something
would have
next
been
year.
lit.
That would have been fun. What was I gonna say? Um, Another fun moment, I guess, when I was at, the Yankee game. Like I said, I'm a Mets fan, but I'll go to any other games too, any other stadiums too. I'm also a big baseball fan, not just a Met fan, but a baseball fan too. So it was some Yankee game. I do enjoy going to Yankee games sometime. There's one moment when, and you know the story because I've said it plenty. When I've talked about, what was I gonna say? When I almost caught the Stanton ball that he threw to me. It was a practice ball. I don't blame you. The Islanders are losing 7-0 right now, so that's not good.
No, I'm watching the Knicks right now. I thought they're going to call it goaltending. That would have been awesome if you caught it. One of the 5 games Stanton played in. No.
Yeah, no, my I'm gonna say, um, it was definitely interesting. So like, cause I didn't think I was gonna have any opportunity. I don't know if he just looked at me and he was like, "Oh, let me throw it to that guy," or he just throws it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they just catch it, like they just throw it second they get it, or they're just looking like, "Oh, there's Buddy. Let me throw it to." You know what I mean? So it was coming to me, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" Like, and the next thing you know, like I didn't mean to fall back. Like I wasn't trying to make anything. Like I legit like someone pushed me or like I tripped, and I'm literally fighting for my life as there's people on top of me. It's like a lot like lions trying to get after a deer or something like that. Like, I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? Like that's people all over me trying to get the ball, like looking for the ball. Next thing you know, Joe Wilder comes up with the ball. And he just came from getting a drink, like a soda. Like really? Come on. Like
Right place, right
I
time.
suffered and you literally just got it for free. You're welcome. It was kind of that moment where I kind of have a close tie to Stanton in a way, whether I'm a
You
Met fan or
saw,
not.
yeah, you
Was that?
saw him win the home run derby.
I saw him win the Derby. I've seen him on the Marlins, and now I've seen him play for the Yankees. So, sorry. So it's like, so like I said, whether I'm a Met fan, I still have a close tie to Stan. So, and I yelled at him. I'm like, Stan, come on, man. I yelled at him. It literally came right at me. I think I had it, and it just dropped. That was one of my favorite moments, going there. Um, there was another moment where I almost caught a Pete Alonso foul ball,
That would have been hype.
and I have the video of me on the TV as I look for it. So it's just like,
I think another moment I'm not going to forget is the watching the Aaron Judge door incident. at Dodger Stadium.
Ooh, yeah, that
I
was.
wasn't there in person, but it was such a sliding doors moment for the season that the Yankees season derailed. Who knows? Maybe if you win, maybe you have a shot at some free agents or something. Maybe you make the playoffs. The American League playoffs I thought was a little weak this season. Who knows? But yeah, like I thought that was a sliding doors moment. Something I think I could point to and say like that happened. The Michael Lorenzen no hitter was awesome as someone who was covering the Phillies at the time. And watching the Phillies postseason run was like really good. I never for a second thought they're going to lose to the Braves. You know that.
Mm.
And to see that whole thing come to fruition, I was excited about. But yeah, overall, like a interesting, a very international year of baseball. If I had to pick one motif about this season, I would say international globalization of the sport. From the World Baseball Classic ended with the last big free agent signing of 2023 being Yoshinobu Yamamoto on, of course, that gold medal winning Japanese team. I really think it's fitting that that was the end to end of the 2023 season, 2023 year in baseball. So I'm just excited about what 2024 has to offer, not just for baseball, but I guess just for life, the world, everything. I'm excited. New beginnings.
Mm. New
So,
beginnings.
do you have anything you want to touch on for baseball or no?
I feel like we covered everything.
I think so too. I obligatory. There is reports that Wander Franco is a fugitive in the Dominican Republic. If anything happens with that by the next show we have, we'll keep you updated, of course. But because kind of a lack of real like anything aside from just the headline, kind of nothing to talk about. Obviously, if he's innocent, I hope justice prevails, and if he's guilty, I hope justice prevails. So we'll leave that one to the authorities.
Yeah, leave that.
So that does it.
That does it.
All righty. Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for watching the whole thing or
Like I
listening
said,
to the
yeah,
whole
thank
thing.
you everybody for watching. I definitely think it was a great episode, and I hope everybody had a great Christmas and definitely has a great New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year to everybody. Celebrate and be happy responsibly. Right. And also be sure to check out our revamped website, www.easternobserver.com, for the latest news in the world of baseball and so much more. We thank you for joining us on another edition of Battin and Chattin. For my co-host Brandon Natale and the entire Blackjack Media Group team, I'm Denis Tuohy saying so long, and we'll see you next time.